So when we want to look and study the signs of the hour, we will find that they're divided into two types: major and minor. The major are 10, and I'll postpone them to tomorrow's workshop, inshallah. The minor are so many, but these minor are also divided. Some took place and are over with. Some did not take place yet. Some are frequent, taking place over and over again. So among the signs that had taken place, some consider it to be major, but the most authentic is that it is a minor sign, which is the death of our Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. Is this a minor sign? Scholars say it's the most major sign, but it is not a sign of the Day of Judgment. We're depressed by it. We are saddened that we did not get the chance to see our beloved Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. But is it a major sign of the Day of Judgment? The Prophet said alayhi salatu wasalam, I was sent and the hour like these. Now one would say this was 15 centuries ago. So what is this? What is the hour? There's still much to come, because this distance between these two fingers are equivalent to the length of humanity on earth. So whether it is a couple of million years, less, more, which shows you that the remaining is still far to come, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows when it is going to come. One asks, when is the hour, Sheikh? The answer would be, what do you care? Seriously. Okay, when is the Dajjal coming? What do you care? He says, I would like to be ready. Akhi, your day of judgment, your hour is when you die. So whether you see all of these signs or you don't, it doesn't matter. The moment you die, this is your hour. So are you ready? He said, not yet. Then there's no use of it. So we go into the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. He said to one of his companions, count 6 signs before the Day of Judgment. Among them is my death. So the Prophet is telling us this is one of the signs. It happened, the Prophet is dead. Do we have to go to the concept of some of the deviant sects that the Prophet ﷺ is Hazir, Nazir, and he's alive and he's with us? And we don't have to go this, because you're all Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. You're not, inshallah, sharing the deviant belief in the Prophet. Is the Prophet alive in his grave? One says yes, one says no. Well, I don't know. Do we have to go there? Is he alive? No, he's alive. He's alive. Is my father alive? My father died 45 years ago. He is alive in his grave. But is his life similar to mine? No. If he was alive like me, I will open his grave and take him out. Let him live again with us. His life is the barzakh, which is a stage between this dunya and the hereafter. This is where all the dead live. The way they live, it's to Allah Azza wa Jal. They do not eat, drink, go to the toilet, get married like us. But they're alive in their sense. We see their corpses, we may see the remains of their bodies or not, but they're alive. A life that is not similar to our world. They do not come to us in our dreams. They do not whisper they do not watch over us like in the movies. He's watching over you, he'll be happy with you. No, they're dead. Khalas. The connection with this world is over. Tayyib. I hope we move on to the signs so that we can finish, because this is about about 54 pages, the workshop of today and tomorrow. And I very much doubt that if we take, though it's very important, yani, okay, I can list it to you and finish. But I believe that standing for a pause with each one and commenting on it is far greater than just listing it. We need to get a reminder. I need to get a reminder. I don't care about you. I need to remind myself every now and then. So let us, inshallah, progress. Right. One of the signs that took place and will never come back again is the fire of Hijaz. What is this? The Prophet ﷺ told us that there will come a fire in Hijaz, meaning in Medina area, that from the light of this fire, the camel necks, the necks of camels in Asham, in Busra, it's a town in Syria, will be lit, and people will see the traces of the fire. Imagine the distance. Now this incident was extensively written about. It took place in the year 654 Hijrah, meaning in the 7th century Hijri. So this took place 600 plus years after the death of the Prophet ﷺ. And who wrote about it? Trustworthy scholars such as Al-Imam Al-Nawawi, because Imam Al-Nawawi was a contemporary of that era and time. And Ibn Kathir wrote it, reporting on Abi Shamah al-Maqdisi. And so many historians wrote about this great fire. One would say, what's so important about fire? We have fires, we have blazes, we go to America, in California, in Miami, and so many fires are taking place. What's so special? What is special is that this fire lasted for 52 days. The second duration, they said it lasted for 3 months. What was it? It started in 3 days. Little earthquakes. People did not feel it so clear. Second day, the trembling in Medina shook the masjid of the Prophet ﷺ until the ceiling squeaked and made noises. The third day, more than 18 shocks. Everybody was terrified. The whole Medina was trembling. Everybody ran and rushed to the masjid of the Prophet ﷺ. Anything would happen, it wouldn't happen in the masjid. The ruler of Medina came to the masjid, started praying, freed all his slaves, returned all the wealth he took unlawfully from people, repented to Allah Azza wa Jal. He uplifted the taxations he used to take from the people, the VAT, the income tax, all these 9 yards, and repented and asked Allah Azza wa Jal. But the fire came from the east towards Medina and then went north. What was this fire? It was like volcanic lava, but it was so intense in light that they saw it in Mecca, they saw it in Taymah, they saw it in Tabuk, and the light of the sun and the moon faded because of the strength of this light. The funny thing is, this flow and river of lava consumed everything in its face, on its way. Mountains, trees, rocks, it all melted. Yet no one was harmed from it. And beautiful cold breeze kept on coming to the people of Medina. This is scary. It's like when you see a volcano coming to you, but you don't feel the heat. Yet you can see the light. Everyone was terrified, scared, repented to Allah Azza wa Jal. Now, I wish I had more time. I would have brought you pictures from these places in Medina, in the Harra, in the cracks on the ground where scholars have documented this today, saying that this is the path of the fire and how it came. But we would have required 3-4 more days just to explain and elaborate on this. So this is one of the signs that took place and is over with, and it is documented. No one can claim otherwise. One of the signs that took place, unfortunately, is that jizya and kharaj are not given to the Muslims anymore. What is jizya? Jizya is mentioned in Surah At-Tawbah, chapter 9, where Allah orders us to fight the Jews and the Christians until they pay us the jizya, the taxation. And this taxation, by the way, is less than the zakat we Muslims pay. Now, human rights, blah, blah, blah. This is for the benefit of the Jews and the Christians living on Muslim soil. Imagine, the Christians come and complain, oh, you do this, you do that, you segregate between the religions, you consider us second class. Listen, I pay 2.5% of my savings. I pay 2.5% of my trade. They pay 2.5% of their gold, jewelries, etc. And the crops that we grow, the cattle that we raise. You guys, how much do you pay? A very fixed, minimal amount per year. Only on the working men. Women don't pay, old men don't pay, children don't pay. Only working men pay. And in return of what? That you live safe and sound in your countries that is ruled by Islam, or in our soil. And if any enemy army would come and invade or try to fight, you guys do not fight. It is our responsibility to fight and defend you. So after all, you call this taxation? This is peanuts. So this was the case until the Muslims went so way down in their lack of commitment to Islam that now no Jews, no Christians, no other religions pay the jizya. And this is exactly what the Prophet ﷺ prophesied. The Prophet said in the hadith of Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, the Prophet said, Iraq would withhold its dirhams and qafiz. Qafiz is a measurement of size. So now Iraq was Muslim at the time of the Prophet ﷺ? No, that's a prophecy in a prophecy. So Iraq would withhold its dirhams and qafiz. Syria would withhold its mud and dinar. Again, a prophecy. Syria was not. Egypt would withhold its irdib and dinar. And you would recoil to that position from where you started. And you would recoil to that position from where you started. And you would recoil to that position where you, or from where you started. What does this mean? The Prophet is telling us, Egypt, Iraq, Syria will all come under Islam. There will be Christians and non-Muslims. They will give the jizya, but there will come a time when it will stop. Either because it's all Muslim, alhamdulillah, or either because of the empowerment of the non-Muslims over the Muslim.